Hello and happy Thursday. Welcome to Green and Gorgeous. Tori, what is going on?
We are just chilling and thriving with my homemade KFC Famous Bowl, as I told you. Right
I'm
here, I'm so
jealous.
excited. Um, but yeah, I gotta eat and enjoy all the chicken I can for now until I have to eat 60 chicken wings.
Oh my gosh, yes. Do you have a date set for that?
Yeah, so we are between two dates right now and solely because there's gonna be like an audience that wants to go. Like there's several people that want to see this.
Are you gonna live stream it?
Oh my god, I hope not. I don't need a
You
live
should do
stream.
like
I
a
joking.
pay-per-view. A
A
pay-per
pay-per-view, a pay-per-view event. All proceeds go to my student loans and other bills.
Hold on, that totally cut out after I said pay-per-view. What happened?
No, yeah, no, I said basically all my costs would just go to my student loans and other bills. No, all of the proceeds would go to the bill for the chicken. Like that's what we're like. I told her I was like, we have to first we both knew we were gonna split it. And I was like, anyone else
Hmm.
that is coming to watch my suffering, they are paying $5 towards this ticket.
Yeah, have you decided if you're doing what flavors or
Yes. Okay. So to fill everyone in that might have missed last week, me and my coworker friend, that is a Vikings fan, made a bet before the game, well before the game, um, about that the loser of the game would have to eat the combined points in wings. And you got to choose, where you want to eat them. You got to choose flavor. You got to choose all this. So we're going to be going to Buffalo Wild Wings, and this is going to be, I believe it's going to be late October or early November on a
okay,
Sunday.
okay.
Um, so I will be eating bone-in wings. I will
Hmm.
be getting flats only because I'm a princess and I only eat flats.
Fair
Um,
enough.
Ranch. We do have, however, and we mentioned this before, a spice meter.
Okay.
So mango habanero is the third hottest one that Buffalo Wild Wings has.
Okay.
And so that counts as 5 wings for every one of those I eat.
Really?
Um,
Okay.
but because I was like, hell yeah, let me just eat 12 wings and die through it. I'll be fine. Plus, actually, mango habanero is not that bad. I like spicy a little bit. I know,
Uh-huh.
right? And she says, no, you have to eat minimum 20.
Oh,
21 for the first quarter, right? So I have to eat minimum that. Because let's
okay.
be honest, we watched two separate games last week.
Yeah, 1000%.
One
1000%. That was
that was something.
yeah. Yeah.
And it wasn't a fun something for quite some
Mm-mm.
time. What were your thoughts on the game, Emily?
It honestly was crazy just from being at the last 2 games and then sitting at home watching this one in person. It was kind of a weird Sunday, I'm not gonna lie. Like, waking up and not having
Yeah,
the,
this is the
like
first game you didn't actually go to.
yeah, obviously, I didn't go to Brazil, but the last 2 ones
Yeah,
I was
Brazil,
at,
yeah.
so it definitely was a different experience, like, sleeping in my own bed and, like, getting up and then, just kinda having, like, a little routine, and then it felt like the game went by so much slower, which was a very painful experience, especially for that first half,
Yeah, I'm
and the
so sorry you had to go through the first quarter in slow motion. First
it
half
it
and
was
the first
just
quarter alone.
yeah, and I know we'll touch on it with He Who Shall Not Be Named. I'm over hating kickers, and it was just very unfortunate. Yeah, as soon as that happened, it just kind of was like, okay, it was a very slow paced game. There were parts where I was like, it is what it is, like, it's fine. Then there were like acceptance. I feel like I went through like the 5 stages of grief to where it was like acceptance, there was denial in there. I don't know all the stages, but
Anger. Oh,
begging.
anger was in there.
Yeah, anger was in there. There was some begging, some bargaining. I mean, it's just, and then at the
And
very
it
end, I was like,
almost worked.
yes, yes, and it's kind of hard because it's like I've really grown as a person to where I don't get like physically ill anymore for these games. There's like a little bug in here. Sorry, I don't get like physically ill anymore, which is really good. So I'm very thankful for that because I think if like 2017 Emily would have watched this game, I would have been very sick. So
Very just ill. Yeah, no, it
yeah,
was
how was your game watching experience, especially with your impending doom?
Okay, yeah, no, so, like, that was the worst part about watching the first quarter. They scored 21 points in the first quarter if you weren't counting,
Mhm.
and ah, and, like, Jared's watching the game with me, and, like, he looks at me and he's like, "Do you even want them to come back at this point?" Like, we're down 21 nothing, and I am eating the total points scored. Like, at this point, I'm like, "We're losing." Hon
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, I want us to at least, like" I literally I was like, "I wanna at least be within 10. This is gonna be
Mhm.
embarrassing." Like and so, yeah, the whole first quarter just looked way too easy for the Vikings offensively. That
Mhm.
5 for them first, I wanted that interception, it seemed, like, so catchable for him,
Mhm.
and I was
McDuffie,
like, you know
right?
yeah, and I was like, "But, whatever, like, we're gonna have another chance," and, like, at my first thought, I was like, "That's a good thing, like, we're already getting to him right now," and
Mhm.
boy, did that backfire.
Changed.
That
Yeah.
sure did.
He
I It also hurt, and I know, like you said, "He shall not be named." I think that if we hit that kick, that first field goal, and it's 7-3, it's a whole different game.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
like, that instantly the momentum was down.
Oh, it took the breath out of them, and I think it took the breath out of Lambeau too because it's like,
I know, I
this
feel like
was
it was like a just hush, like, fell
yeah,
over because we were all
yeah,
like, "Of course he's gonna, like, miss one in the game." Like, of
mhm,
course.
and it's so frustrating, especially dealing with that last year, and then now here we are at the 2nd weekend, and we're dealing with it again, and it's like, okay, this wasn't addressed last year, and it cost us a trip to the championship game.
Mhm.
When does it get addressed this year? Like, when? At what point? And I know, LaFleur was like, "Oh, well, I'm not, not confident. I'm not gonna blink an eye sending him out there." I'm
No
like,
one's confident. Who is?
no, yeah,
Is
who's
he
confident?
confident? Like, look at, like, Iowa Joe. Oh my god, miss you.
Hi,
Uh,
yes,
yes,
welcome
missed
back.
2 field goals, and, yeah, we ended up losing by 2 points, and, of course, when we missed it, I was like, "This will come back." Like, I know this is
Yeah,
about to come back and bite us in the butt, and
yeah, it's
it sure as hell did.
it really did, especially like later on moves down the field. Whenever I know it's in your stuff, so I don't want to steal your thunder. But it's like it's puts us in bad positions. It put us in bad positions last year with
Exactly.
Jordan Love. He's still a little baby in the game, and that's
Mhm.
respectfully like he's incredible, but he's still very new, and it's like he's already having the feeling the pressure of having to play hero ball, which Rogers did
Exactly.
that for so many years, and it's like at what point
And it's
does
gonna
that then
affect
cost
it's
us?
going to affect his gameplay
Yeah.
because if you are him and in your head you are seeing he is not hitting these, he's not hitting them from far, he's not hitting them from close, like it does not matter. So if you
Mhm.
are him and you are in the last quarter of the game, it is like a final 2-minute drive, like we have to go down and we need to score to win. In your head, you're thinking it has to be a touchdown.
Yeah,
And that's gonna
absolutely.
put so much more pressure, I feel like, on him, and when he's getting in those intense situations, as we saw, he's making bad decisions. He's turning the ball
Mhm.
over at the end like he did with that interception. That last interception was a bad
Yeah,
interception.
that was a
It was
I touched almost down
unnecessary.
there. Yeah, we had so much time left too. Clearly, as
We had,
we
like,
scored
8
and
minutes
like,
left.
yeah, there was so much time on the clock, and yet again, he felt that need to do the hero ball. It got
Mhm.
intercepted, and then here we are. So, do you think that a change at kicker is coming, or do you think that this experiment is going to last another week?
So, I think it's going to stay on the fact that, like, I feel like we're going to be looking. And, like,
Mhm.
the second they think someone's going to, they have the potential, I mean, they're gonna sign him on, and they're gonna, like,
Yeah,
watch him in practice and stuff. But I honestly, I truly feel we're gonna deal with this for the whole season, as
and
much as it fricking sucks.
what's crazy is that like if he would have made the field goal in the first game too, we would have been 4-0. Like, we would be 4-0. This would be a completely different conversation.
Yes, no, yeah,
The
let's not forget
momentum would
about
be
the first
different.
game.
Like, I'm keeping tabs. Like, I'm keeping tabs on homie. Like, he better count his days. Like, it's just yeah, I don't know at what point is it like we have what our special teams coach is the
And
most
how much do
paid.
they really not trust him because he didn't even do the onside kick?
No, he
Like, how much do
didn't.
they really just do not think this man can do anything?
No, I oh yeah. And it sucks because like, his family, like, I think his wife is, like, a Green Bay native, and so, like, I know there was a lot of talks
Um,
about that, but it's like, dude, like, if that was my husband and I
dude,
was a
it
Green
ain't
Bay
it.
negative,
I'd be like
I'd be like, "Let's yeah, let's get out of here."
like, I
There
don't
and
know this man.
no, and there's, like, Brandon Aubrey for Dallas can kick si like, doesn't even blink at 60 plus yards, like, it and yet we can't even hit from 37? Like,
No, like,
are you
what? The Chiefs were gonna try, like, a 70-plus yard field goal with Butker at one point. They were thinking about it, and we're like, "30
hope he makes
yards?
this.
That's a real 50-50, and it's like,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be that.
No, absolutely not, absolutely not. It's, very, very frustrating. Well, I really hope you do live stream your wing eating because I would definitely join that.
I know my friend's like, she's like, "I'll definitely taking vids and stuff." Because, like, people there was someone on Twitter, like, I posted it, like, I was like, "Well, shit," like, and,
Mhm.
someone's like, "Pixar didn't happen," and I'm like, "This is gonna like, it's gonna hurt me."
Yeah, are
I
you planning on doing, like, a 10-hour day or
So we are going like I said, we're going on a Sunday. We're
okay,
going to Buffalo Wild Wings because football's gonna be on, so, like, that's why we're going on a Sunday also. She has done this before, so she has prepped. She has Uno and card games ready to go because like,
okay,
we're gonna be
okay.
there for, like, probably 3 hours at least.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Was she a good winner about it, though? Like, did she
No,
check
she's a very good winner. Sorry, I like,
okay,
you're the Midwestern, like, no, yeah. Yes, no, I told you, like, she's probably the most tolerable Vikings fan I've met. Like,
okay,
honestly,
okay.
like, we can sit, we can talk, and, like, she's a way nicer fan than I am. Because before we left, she, like, shook my hand, she's like, "Good luck to your team," and I
Okay.
said, "I hope Aaron Jones does well," and she's like, "You can't even say good luck to the Vikings." I said, "No, I hate them." Like, I don't want them to do well.
You're like, "I hate them," actively. How badly do you think that they tried so hard to get Aaron Jones into the end zone on that last drive?
They did. No, because when they were going for it on 4th down, I was like, "Do they just hate me? They don't need
Yeah.
this." I was like, "Do they just hate me? They just want me to eat more?"
You're
I
like, 60 wings is okay, but 66? Unacceptable.
unacceptable. Oh my gosh, and this comment is actually cracking me up, like, for some no.
Lots of hand wipes, wet
Yeah, so,
wipes,
like,
hand
we're having wet
sanitizer.
wipes. Yeah, no, definitely. I I don't know, I kinda wanted him to like, I was like, "They're gonna score, I hope
Mm.
it's Jones that does it." Like, for
I
when they score, I hope it's Jones, and it
I feel
wasn't.
like my perspective changed so drastically as like, "Oh my gosh, I miss him," and then it was like, "Screw him, tackle him, bring it," and I'm like, and I love Jones,
Every
like, I
time when, like
love
every
Jones.
time he got tackled, I'm like, "Are they just on top of me like, 'Hi, guys,' like,
Yeah.
smiling?"
Well, there was that one point to where one of our guys tackled him, and he reached his hand up to get him, and our guy just looked at him and walked away. I was like, "Oh my gosh," and it sucks because again, like, I love Jones so much, but I think just the way that the score progressed, I was just getting so mad to
I
where
was
I was like, "I
really
don't even care." Like,
What
I
really
don't
hurt
care.
me with Jones the most is I saw the post game, and when he ran to do the Lambeau leap, but it was into, like, Vikings fans, I was
Yeah.
like, "That should be me." Like,
Yeah. Cue by Justin Bieber.
yeah, like, "Alexa, play Justin Bieber, that should be me." Um, I do have a question for you, though.
Mhm.
Do you think the Vikings are the real deal this year then?
Mm. I don't know. It's hard to say because of the fact that we did come back, but they have beaten some teams that I didn't think that they
Yeah.
would beat. Um, Sam Darnold, it is just I don't know if it's just a weird year for quarterbacks to where now like Sam Darnold's looking really good, Mayfield's looking good. Um,
Mayfield's not a bad quarterback, and Darnold's never really been in a good
position.
position
Yeah.
and stuff. So, like,
I don't know if they're the real deal. I do know that any quarterback given the amount of time that that man had should make those throws.
God, that first
He
try was irritating on that watching,
he
like, just
had
all
an
the time in the world.
incredible amount of time. Yeah, he had Tom Brady time to be honest, which was very
Constantly
frustrating.
yelling at the TV, like, "Where's the pressure?"
Yeah. Yeah, there was a funny thing with my dog, because she's just like an empathy dog, and so the first time that we started yelling, immediately she was like, "Okay, hold on, like who do?" Because I'm yelling, my dad's yelling, and so she's like bouncing back and forth, like who do I need to comfort? Because they're both mad.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm just waiting for them. Like you said, they've beaten the Texans, and they didn't just like beat the Texans. They put a beat down on them.
Yeah, which is
And
surprising.
yeah, and then the 49ers. But I mean, yes, they had some injuries and stuff, but still they beat
Hmm.
them and well as well. And so I think they're definitely something to watch out for, especially them getting like this big of a lead already in our division alone.
Hmm.
So like that's gonna be kind of hard to come back from. But they got outscored 3-22 in the second half.
Yeah.
Their I don't want to call it luck, but their luck is going to run out. Their time is going to end. People are going to figure out
What to
how to
do?
get by it. They're going to figure out what to do
Yeah.
with them. And I think as the season goes, it's going to I think they're still going to be about like 500.
Yeah, I can see that. Do
Like
you see them
just
winning the
ever
division over the Lions?
um
Because I've already
I
accepted our fate as a wild card team, to be honest. Like
oh yeah, no. Yeah, I'm already kind of like when Love got hurt, I was like wild card. That's what we're trying for at this point.
aiming, that's best, best, best
And
case
that's at
scenario.
best. I would have to like I feel like look at more like the Lions schedule and like the
Okay.
Vikings remaining schedule to like determine how I feel about that. I don't know. That's a really good.
They play the Jets, so Aaron Rodgers gets his chance against the Vikings in England this weekend. So it'll be an
And
early game.
okay, so like the Rodgers drama, of course. And it's so funny when I turned on like NFL Network or whatever on Tuesday and like they were all talking about like the drama with Rodgers and the coach. And I literally was just
Hmm.
sitting there thinking, this is nice. Like this isn't
Yeah,
about us. Like,
not my
oh,
problem.
like
Not my
yeah, this
problem.
is not my problem.
Mm. Yeah, I love the when he had like the towel on his head and he was just sitting there like I was like, "Oh, yeah, Jets, he's already a Jets quarterback, okay." It's like, maybe the grass is not greener on the other side."
Maybe it's a
But,
different shade of green.
yeah, time to
Literally.
retire, time to retire.
Yeah, I no, very, very interesting for sure. Who, Emily, would you say was your stud and dud for the game?
That is he who shall not be named. That man, until he makes every single kick in a game, he will not get named on this podcast. He will just be he who shall not be named. He has to earn his right.
He sure does, and he's not doing it well. For obvious
Um,
reasons, though, for obvious reasons.
yeah. Honestly, my stud is gonna be kind of a wild card. It's gonna be our coach. And the only reason I say that is because he was able to bounce back and get this team to have a little bit more fire underneath them.
That was
Um,
nice to see for sure.
I
And what
loved
do you think
the
about the penalty?
penalty.
Yeah.
I loved it. Honestly, like that
Give the
man,
man the timeout. He clearly said, "Timeout.
yeah, and the
Timeout." And then he's yelling because like the man was like in view, like literally like right here,
yeah,
right in front of
what do
him. Call the
what do you mean you don't
timeout.
see? Yeah. He does have some questionable stuff sometimes. Like I will say some of the there is a questionable challenge here or
Which
there.
again, and this was another week of that as like a
Yeah.
questionable challenge.
But I will say he must have lit some sort of fire under the team at half. I guess, they got their butts in gear.
Mhm.
He called some good plays. But I love a coach that stands up for his team, and I felt like he really did that. And I feel like in this year specifically, like and again, I will say I am solidly watching Packer games with this like tunnel vision versus like when I watch any other game, I'm on my phone, I'm on Twitter, I'm texting, I'm like not really paying attention all that much. However, so I know there's some bias in this. There are so many penalties being called on us that it is just absolutely ridiculous. So I'm like,
It's
at this
it's
point,
it's so irritating.
like it's good to make a point. It's good to stand up for what you believe in, stand up for your team. And I love that. I love that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to see him hit someone, to be honest. That would have been very hot. but
Just hot.
hot.
I'm just like, Paris Hilton, that's hot.
That's hot. What about you? Who are your studs and duds for the games?
Um, my stud, I mean, I was between 2. I was between Reed and McKinney. I mean, those are
Mm.
like the
Mhm.
obvious answers. I'm gonna go with Reed because again, he has looked so like to be so helpful converting on first downs. He continues to be
Mhm.
like super dynamic and reliable for us. And I really do think even before the Watson injury, I really do think he was becoming our wide receiver one.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
know, like, I told you that, like, last week, I've probably talked about it, before. I think Reed is gonna be our wide receiver one.
Yeah.
Um, dud, I went with Nixon.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I was looking at, like, some just, like, different stats and stuff after the game, and when Darnold targeted whoever, Nixon had in coverage, they had 70 yards out of Darnold's, like, total 275.
Oh, so chunk.
A good chunk. He had a penalty against him when the Vikings were in the red zone that, like,
Mhm.
did not help, and I mean, of course, like, who didn't have a penalty? We were constantly moving ourselves backwards or them forwards,
Yeah.
but, like, in the red zone especially, like,
No.
that's a no-no, yeah, definitely. Wicks was up there for me as a possible dud. I don't think he played well either, like, he had a couple, drops that I think
Oh,
he could
a
have got.
lot of drops.
Yes, he had a lot of drops that he could have definitely gotten. Some were, like when contact was involved. And
Mhm.
like, yes, it's harder obviously with contact, but it's like that's still your job. Like you need to catch the ball.
Yeah. I
And
feel like
so
too
how good you can you be if you don't know how to catch as a wide
he
receiver?
he did say that I guess he had taken his eye off the ball
Clearly.
before or something like that, and so
Clearly.
if that is the case, then hopefully that is an easy fix. Keep your eye on the ball until you catch
There's
it.
drills for
But you're
that.
right, there were multiple times to where it was like and I will say Love's throws were some of those like we had what 3 questionable one of them was the interception, which was the
Mhm.
most questionable out of them all, but the 2 other ones that were reversed were like, it's not enough to overturn it, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's like it shouldn't. We shouldn't be put in those situations to where it's like,
Don't
did you
give him
catch
a
it? Did you not
chance.
catch it? Yeah,
Don't give him a
yeah,
chance to put it into like ref's hands.
yeah. And the whole,
Like
come on, guys, hurry it up, hurry it up. It's like, okay, if you have a player doing that, then more than likely they know that they probably didn't catch it. So it's like,
yeah. I see, but
okay.
the thing is though with Wix that I do like to see is he shows he can get open.
Yes, that is
Like
true.
he does show like he just needs to be able to secure it now and
Hmm.
stuff. But like he is getting open and he's getting the chances to make those plays. Like we just need him to make those plays, especially with like Watson now being out for
Hmm.
however long. Like we need him to step into like that position, definitely.
I don't understand how that wasn't a penalty because they were sandwiching him. Like, I don't know. And then like I know I had posted on Twitter and I was like, they're celebrating like they won Super Bowl or whatever I said. And all these Viking fans were like, well, yeah, because we got an interception. It's like, okay, I understand that you got an interception. I said, however, I'm upset the fact that we have a man down on the field and you guys are celebrating. Like
Yeah.
that to me is just so disrespectful. Like I understand it's cool and all whenever you get an interception, celebrate. I know that you run to the end zone, you get your teammates. I'm totally fine with that. I love that. But when there's a player down on the field, I feel like because of the fact that you guys did some illegal stuff, like that's when I get kind of upset. And that's what I was upset about. And then it was just so annoying seeing everybody on Twitter just getting upset. Oh, he has glass skin. I'm like, stop it with that. Because again, it's not his fault. And I think to be into week 4 and for him to, have been playing, decent and getting some yards and catches and stuff like that. But it's like, you can't help it if you get injured. Like that's not your fault. It's not like he's
Yeah.
asking to be injured.
No, I
Nobody is asking to get injured. So,
know. Yeah. Well,
brutal.
we gotta get by this game, obviously. You and I are tied on our little deal though. You did actually call them losing.
I don't know what it is. We lose at Lambeau and we win at US Bank Stadium. So That's it. That's kind of the only thing I'm holding on to is that we better win and go 1 for 1 with them.
Yeah,
So, I mean, we
I
did
mean, you
say
have to, otherwise, like, you have no shot, so
yeah. Looking forward to, week is this 5 already? Week 5?
oh, yeah,
Against the
we're kinda flying by, I'm
Rams.
like, "We need to slow down the football season, man."
I know. What are your thoughts on the Rams game?
So I saw, like, we're currently favored even though, like, we're on the road, it's not by, like,
Okay.
much, but, like, when you're on the road, that's good to be favored. Um, I mean, we have to make corrections from this game to get
Mhm.
over 500, like, penalties, for love of God. We've been saying
Stop it.
this we've been saying this since last year.
Yeah.
Clean it up. Like,
Mhm.
it is so frustrating to watch you not learn from your mistakes.
And they're dumb. They're so
They're
dumb.
so dumb.
Like a
Yes.
legal shift or just the holding, pass interference, whatever you want to call it. Like it was our running back. He tilted up and false start, back him up.
He literally fell.
Yeah, it's like, come
He
on,
literally,
guys.
like, yeah, moved him to start going, "Oops."
Oops.
Like, I was watching, I was like, "He just freaking fell down."
It reminded me last year of was it when Love was against the Falcons whenever we were trying to do it was the like 4th and inches and Love just kind of stumbled. That's what that reminded me
"Oops."
of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Ugh.
yeah, obviously penalties need to get cleaned up because, like, this, I think, is, like, a very winnable game for us,
Mhm.
and our division right now is getting wins. So,
Yes.
like, we need to get this win here against this team that is very beatable.
Mhm.
So, when we play the 49ers who might have McCaffrey back, when we play, like, those harder teams, it's not as big of a deal if you've won the games you're supposed to.
Yeah, and especially because I mean, they're not gonna have, Puka, I think Cooper Kupp's still out. I
Mhm.
mean, there is a fair amount of players on the
Yeah,
Rams that are gonna
they
be
got some
out,
names that are
so
out.
and right now, thank goodness, we're only down to really Watson being out. The rest of our players should be there. I mean, I know obviously, you have your
Yeah.
injury reports or whatnot, but it's like majority of us should be there, so
So, yeah, it should I think this yeah, like I said, it's a very winnable game. I think we're gonna be okay. I mean, the Rams are 1 and 3, which is not, like, super intimidating, but, like, their win
Mhm,
is against the 49ers, but yet again, like we said with the Vikings, they have a lot of injuries and stuff going on. Um,
mhm.
last game with they played the Bears, right? I
You still
think.
there?
Hi. Welcome back.
It's green and gorgeous. Hello.
Hi, welcome back. No,
It's
I
like
think I was saying I think the Rams played the Bears last. Um,
okay.
and it came out to be like a decent game in the end, but like the
Mhm.
Rams came out pretty hot, just like the Vikings did, and they fizzled out and gave the team, a chance to come back. So
So,
that's like we have to come out hotter than we did with the Vikings. We need to learn from our first quarter mistakes, and there were so
mhm.
many of them.
I wonder if it goes into effect too, because I know that we chose to receive the ball in the second half, and I feel like when we come out receiving the ball in the first half, I feel like it makes a statement. So I wonder if
Definitely.
also that has to do with it too. So I think maybe if we win the toss, we should elect to receive the ball and go ahead and jam it down their throats. Like that's
See, I don't know. I like
the
getting the
ball in the
ball
second
at
half.
half.
Because do
Yeah,
you want to do the double dip? You want to do the double
exactly.
dip
You
like
wanna
right
get the
before
double dip, you wanna,
score?
like you wanna get that because I feel like you can make riskier moves when you know you're getting the ball back right away.
That is true.
You
That
can
is
make
true.
riskier moves at the end of the first half.
Mm, okay, that's fair. That's fair. I think next year we should double down on our bets to be like, do we think that we're going to elect or uh the deflect? Oh, it's not deflect. Yeah, deflect? No, it's not deflect.
Oh, like receiver, whatever, deflect, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think next year we should double down on our wins losses and be like, if we win the toss, do you think that we're going to receive or
No, we're
you know
always gonna give it away. That's like the actual move you should do. That's like the smart
uh
move. That'd
I
be like in
know.
baseball being like, Yeah, I'll be visitor, that's fine. Like,
That way
no,
you don't have a
you
chance.
yeah, yeah, like, no, you want that, like, you want that option, like, at the to have, like, the last laugh, so,
That is okay, that's fair. I guess we'll see, we'll see. What is your, score prediction for Sunday? Do you have one?
um, I think it's gonna be lower scoring for the most part. I think it's gonna be like, we're gonna win. I hope that we get, like, 27, and I could see them maybe getting, like, 17.
Okay,
I say,
okay,
like, it's lower scoring, but 27's not. I'm thinking, like, they won't get too much. Like, they've been, like, averaging 20 points. So I think
okay.
they're gonna get, like, just under that, so, like, 17. So I'll go 27-17.
27-17, okay. Um, let's go with 33-21.
The number 21's, like, gonna haunt me because, like, all when I hear 21, I was like, "That's how many the Vikings score in the 1st quarter."
You're always gonna
Because
be thinking about those chicken wings.
no, like, I, like, thought I was like, "Should I eat, like, wings before for, like, one last time?" Like, I know I'm gonna hate, like, them after.
No. Do you have any Rams fans that you can make a bet with to, like, undo it? To, like,
God, yeah,
you
like, be like,
know
"You have to eat 30 of my wings."
and
Uh, I do have a Rams fan, actually. I have friends, like, that are friends of, like, all places.
well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so
I don't.
I do have a Rams friend.
I have Bears, Lions, obviously Cowboys, Texans.
Do I have a Bears fan? I don't know if I have a Bears fan friend.
It's so annoying because so last year for Christmas, we do Secret Santa, and I have my best friend who is a Bears fan. So I got her a Christmas gift, and then I got the email, Bears win, and I was like, unsubscribe. I'm like, I don't know why I didn't do this last year. I
Ew.
hate unsubscribing for things, but I was like, unsubscribe. I was like, stop sending me things about the Bears. I do not care. I do not want
Ew,
to be
that's, like,
reminded that they won. I hate it. Yeah, yeah.
terrible.
When I got it in, I was like, ew. I was like,
Yeah, just like, ugh, like,
ew.
sanitizing after.
Yeah.
No, oh, how about this? The brothers, yes, that's right, they're going head to head. That's
We
so
do
cute.
love that.
We love the
Hopefully,
brothers.
Matt comes out on top. Hopefully, I think I predicted for us to win this one, right?
Let me double check. I wanna say you did, though. I think we both there are only a few that we were actually kinda different on. Let me take a
Disagreeing.
look. You had us winning this
Winning.
one.
Okay, what
Yep.
about you? Do you have us winning?
In the preseason, I actually had us losing. I
Really?
guess. I thought I had them winning because, like,
Okay.
I think when I was thinking about this,
It was before all the injuries.
one, it was definitely before all the injuries. But when I filled it out, I think I was like I put that we were gonna win, like, 3 in a row,
Okay.
and I was
Okay.
like, "We're gonna have to lose one eventually." And so
That's
I
fair.
was like, "Okay, this would be the one we would lose," because also I could see it being, like, not a trap game, but a trap game, like, we could be, like, more focused on the Cardinals next week than we would
Mhm.
be, like, with the Rams or something. So, like, that's why I put this one as a loss, I'm pretty sure,
Okay.
but
That's fair.
I don't think we're gonna lose it right now.
Okay. Okay. Oof. Okay. So hopefully,
I'm actually insanely shocked that I did that.
and it's our first 3 o'clock game too, which is gonna be really
I
interesting
know, it's like, is this prime time for us? Like,
because we've had 3 12 o'clock games, which I love
which
12 o'clock
I
games.
love
It's
the
a
noon game.
great nap. I took
I
a
love it.
wonderful nap. I was so tired, and I woke up and I had some queso, and then I just kind of relaxed,
I
got
just
some
had
dinner.
so much time for activities, like, after.
Yes, I honestly felt like Sunday, like I had so much stuff to do, which again could be the fact of like going to games back to back, and that takes up so much time. But I felt like on Sunday night, like when I left my parents' house, I was like, oh man, I was like, today was a really long, like not a bad long day, but it just felt like it was a long day because it just felt like I got so much done in
Yeah.
essence of watching football. I watched so many football games, but yeah, I oh man, 3 o'clock game. I'll actually be on a flight back to Texas, so I think my flight gets in at like 4:30. So I'll be kind of flying in during like halftime. So I'm gonna be on my phone immediately, like, like what's the score? What's the score? Like I hate not being able to. I hate not being able to watch games, but let alone not being able to know what's going on. gonna be brutal,
Yeah, that's rough.
brutal. So I'm hoping that I get on and I'm like, oh, cool. Like 39 to nothing.
That would they owe us that, and they owe us that. Like, my dad even said, he's like, "I turned the game off," and I was like, "I will never turn the game off." Like, first of all,
No, I can't. No.
I have to see it through. I was the one that, like, convinced him, "Don't change the channel," when we came back from the Bears. Like,
Oh,
he
that
was like,
Sunday
"I don't even
night.
wanna watch." Yeah, he's like, "I don't even wanna watch this." I was like, "No, like, we have to
Mm-hmm.
watch this."
Mm-hmm.
The My Knee
No.
game, yeah.
Money. I know. I think about
My
that game
Knee.
often.
Good days, good times.
I well, were they with Rogers? I mean, that was a really good game. That was a really good
They were.
game.
You can't deny that, like, we had good times with Rogers. You can't deny it just because the last, like, few years were a little bitter. Come on.
Yeah. No, I think we had great times with Rogers. I'm really excited for Love. I guess he was a full participant in practice today, so
Mhm.
I feel like that's a really good sign. I didn't start him in fantasy just because I was kind of unsure,
I
and so I
wasn't
ended up
sure, yeah,
picking
how
up
you would do.
I picked up Geno Smith, which Geno Smith got me like 20 points. Love got me 28 points on my bench, even with the 3 interceptions, but I guess the 4 touchdowns. Man, him strolling out in that Favre jersey, I was like, "Ooh, okay." I was like, after Favre's announcement from last week, and then,
Yeah, it's, like,
like I felt
locked
like it was
in.
yeah, I felt like it was a really good show of support, like, support for him, and
I did see this, like, really, as much as I hated it, it was like a Vikings meme, and it was Jordan Love in his Brett Favre jersey, and it said, "And O." And I was
oh,
like, "Damn,
I hate
that's pretty." I was
that.
like, "I hate that that's pretty funny." Like, I hate that that
Yeah,
was good.
no, I hate that. Um, yeah, I know even one of our friends was like, he's either gonna throw for 5 touchdowns or 5 interceptions, like there's no in
There's
between. And
no
I'm
in
like,
between.
and there, I mean, honestly, like he kind of evened himself out, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Like it was a very far game, especially that throw at the very end. That was a very far throw. I mean, it's wild. Um,
I
but
do
I
think, like, he needs to get stronger or something because his balls that are deep are still wobbly. They are still just floaters up there.
yeah, there's a couple of them that he threw, and I was like,
Oh,
glad
yeah,
that
glad that worked out, but that was awful.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah, like don't do that again. I know everyone likes to call him Pookie, but like Pookie, don't do that again.
Oh my god.
It's brutal. It's
Well,
brutal out here.
I guess we'll see if he has any wobbly balls on Sunday. But, in the meantime, how about you tell him where to find you?
Find us on Twitter at green__gorgeous. And then our lovely names. I have some extra added characters in my name because it's a very popular name, apparently.
You do have a very basic name, I'll say
I
it.
know. Good luck finding me on Facebook because there is a million of us. But until next week, make sure to follow Game on Wisconsin, subscribe, follow all of our fellow content creators on Game on Wisconsin. I know they're starting to put out a bunch of really cool videos and being more active on social media. So as always, interact with us on there, and we will see you next Thursday.
Alright, we'll see you then.